now that I've pointed out to you that you are this I amness, you are this bliss, you are this peace, you are this joy that never changes, you are the experiencer of this same timeless truth over and over and over and over and over and over again. 1,000 times we have sung, and 1,000 times, maybe more than 1,000 times, you have experienced the loss of I, but did not know what it was. Now that you know what it is, and now you know what it feels like, the question is, but Swami Ji, how do I get this feeling when I leave the bhajan, when I leave your presence? How do I have this feeling? Well, let's examine, let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look. If we look at the feeling of I amness, there is no present. There is no past in the mind, isn't it? So that means you should not think about the past. Shada just looked at me. Oh, what, Swamiji? We look at the feeling of I amness, there is no future. Then I should not look to the future. When I am in this I amness, there is no fear. Did anyone feel fear? Could you feel fear in that? No. That means I should live without fear. When I am in that I amness, and I'm feeling the ultimate presence of I am, peace, bliss, truth, consciousness, is there anger in that moment? No. Then I should live without anger. Is there hatred in that moment? No. Then I should be without hatred. Is there jealousy in that moment? No. So when all these things I'm saying, now you feel how small it is. How small these things are compared to the feeling of pure consciousness, bliss inside you. When I'm feeling pure consciousness, is sadness in that consciousness? No. In that moment, when you're in that pure feeling of I amness, are you feeling body pains in that moment? No. I'm asking a devotee who has severe back problems and surgery. So pain is not part of that equation. So now if we look at what is present in I amness, we also have to look at what is absent in I amness, in pure consciousness, truth, bliss. And what is absent is all that I have just mentioned. So when you leave here and you go in the world, what do you have to do? You have to squash anger. You have to squash envy. You have to squash jealousy. You have to stamp out hatred. You have to stamp out, rub out sadness. And then what will be left? I am. Satchidananda. Truth, consciousness, bliss. And so much so, proportionally as you reduce those negatives, so much so proportionally I amness begins to remain within you. as a permanent awareness. You see? It's like a pulley. You have to get this side, you have to bring down these sides to a minimum. You see? But mankind is always, the mind is such that it's filled with movements and tribulations, never-ending different thoughts arising, that lead you in the direction of certain negative tendencies. But every time you feel that lead coming, you must say, no, I am not that. I am Satchidananda. I am not that thought that is taking me away from Satchidananda. I am. And every time you deny, the more strength you gain in connecting with what is there present. And over time, as you control your mind and direct it away from the negatives, the more the mind becomes pure and quiet. Immediately so, Satchidananda arises. It comes to the forefront, not covered by the vrittis, the thinking of the mind, and the negativities of the mind. So we'll go into the practice again of bringing Satchidananda aware in our awake mind.